Welcome again to the 13th and 14th cohorts of Norm Therapy Intake Specialists Certification Ceremony. We are grateful to have you here celebrating with us. Now, a message from the creator of Norm Therapy and CEO of Norm Therapy Inc. and CEO of founder of Arrow.
Hello, everyone. I am Michael Gibson, the CEO of Norm Therapy Incorporated. I want to extend today a very warm welcome to our Norm Therapy graduates, their friends, family, and loved ones who have come together to celebrate this remarkable milestone. Today is more than just a ceremony. It's a testament to your dedication, resilience, and the profound difference you will make in the lives of many. To our graduates, today you not only graduate as Norm Therapy Intake Specialists, certified Norm therapists, mind you, but you also join a mission much larger than yourselves, a mission aimed at self-healing, clarity, and transformation. Each one of you has undergone rigorous training, mastering a wealth of techniques and protocols that will serve as your toolkit in making a lasting impact. To family and friends, your presence here today underlines the strength of community support that has been critical in shaping these professionals. Your encouragement, love, and belief in their abilities mean more than words can express. Thank you for being a part of this joyous occasion and their lives. To our loved ones and the greater community, this moment has ripple effects far beyond our current locations. Through our newly certified therapists, we take another giant step towards creating a world where every individual, regardless of their past experiences, can find their truth, embrace their self-worth, and lead a life free from the shadows of abuse. As we move forward with the ceremony, I invite you to listen closely to the testimonials, the speeches, and the experiences shared. Let these stories fuel you and your determination and strengthen your commitment to the cause that unites us all, a mission to bring clarity, assessment, and truth in the lives of many entangled in the 21 abuses we currently champion at Norm Therapy. So let us begin the celebration with open hearts and minds, acknowledging not only the journey that has been endeavored, but also the important work that lies ahead. Thank you for being here. And once again, welcome to the graduating class of the Norm Therapy Intake Specialist Recognition Course. Congratulations, Norm Therapists.
We now continue with a message from our Global Executive Director and co-founder, Kelly Dean.
Hello, my name is Kelly Dean, and I'm the Global Executive Director and co-founder of Abuse Refuge Org, or affectionately known as Arrow. Welcome to our course recognition ceremony. Our Norm Therapy Intake Specialists, or NTIS candidates, have gone through a rigorous training program to be here today. They've been challenged in numerous and unexpected ways. Today, you'll have the opportunity to learn more about what this program entails, along with the chance to celebrate with those who have completed the program. I was fortunate to be the first person to go through Norm Therapy, although I didn't even know it at the time. I was confronted with getting outside of my comfort zone and facing some of my deepest fears, traumas, and abuses head on. And I did this all with Michael Gibson, the creator of Norm Therapy, global managing director, and founder of Arrow, who is also a dear friend to me. It all started when one day, Michael asked me questions that no one had ever asked me before. Until then, I had tried everything, ranging from self-help seminars, webinars, podcasts, 10 years of counseling, you name it, I tried it. The list is endless. At the time, I was hopeless, broken, and deep in the turmoil of being a perpetual victim. I didn't even know any of this at the time, including why I kept attracting abusive people into my life. I was forced to take responsibility and accountability thanks to the techniques that Michael has developed over the last 3 decades. And they were used on me, again, without me knowing any of this at the time. but I can say with confidence that it worked. I had so many epiphanies and aha moments throughout the process. I can share that norm therapy works for those courageous enough to do the work required to become your best self. It isn't easy and it doesn't happen overnight, but it's the most worthwhile investment a person can make in themselves to find true joy and happiness. I'm so grateful that you're here today with us, and I hope that our time together brings you more insight into how we're helping victims and survivors of abuse all around the globe. And I hope that you learn more about the process of what our NTIS candidates have gone through. And for those of you who are guests joining us today, we really hope that you find this time together with us fruitful and beneficial as we celebrate the accomplishments of our NTIS candidates. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'd officially like to welcome you to Abuse Refuge Org's, affectionately known as ARROW, certification ceremony for the 13th and 14th cohorts of Norm Therapy Intake Specialist Qualifiers, class of December 2023. I am Nicole Leonard, your host for today's Norm Therapy Intake Specialist certification ceremony. Over these last couple of years, I've had the opportunity to experience norm therapy in a very hands-on capacity, from being a norm therapy intake specialist, as well as part of the norm therapy management team. Throughout each of these experiences, I've seen firsthand how norm therapy pushes you to your limits, whether you're an interviewee or a norm therapist. It makes you look at situations differently and pay more attention to what is behind the words a person is saying. It brings to light a new way of communicating with one another. I am honored to be here today and welcome our Norm Therapy Intake Specialist Qualifiers. Norm Therapy is an innovative abuse management interviewing process whereby norm therapists will interview an eclectic array of victims and survivors from around the world, further examine their life narratives, and assist the victim or survivor in discerning the veracity or the hyperbole surrounding their own experience and chronology of their pathology. This is no easy task. Not only have we developed norm therapy for North America, moreover, we are developing norm therapy for different regions of the world, as well as for several outreach programs to include the disability community, children and families, and other specialized programs across numerous platforms. Today, we are joined by a very special guest, E. Walter Smith, but first, creator of Norm Therapy and CEO of Norm Therapy Inc. and CEO and founder of ARROW, Michael Gibson, will introduce our keynote speaker.
Hello, everyone. International singer-songwriter E. Walter Smith is a critically acclaimed honey baritone, pop and R&B vocalist. Now living in Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Shaker Heights, Ohio, he serves up a musical smorgasbord of love and romance that makes special, magical moments quite memorable. His inspirational power pop ballad, Tenderness, was written to help bring about greater public awareness of domestic violence and abuse and the need for greater support for survivors. He says, I wrote and recorded Tenderness to give hope and inspiration to those needing and wanting to accept the love from God, themselves, and others having survived such an awful experience. Excuse me. As the brand ambassador for the Say Goodbye with a Smile campaign, E blends over 3 decades of experience in the insurance and financial marketplace in the campaign's jingle as shares and the importance of proper planning and leaving a legacy that is financially sound. That's at saygoodbyewithasmile.com. His song Little Girl was listed as one of the New York Times About.com top 10 R&B wedding songs and serves as the theme song for his podcast, The Talk. On this show, he interviews successful fathers and daughters about when they had the talk about insurance, wealth building, of course, legacy planning, and so forth. DaddyDaughterDays.net you can find them there. However, when all is said and done, it's the music that matters the most. E originated the role of Nat in the stage play Unforgettable, the Nat King Cole, Natalie Cole story, and the Music Memories and More tour celebrates seniors and baby boomers all over the nation. E. Walter Smith, a contemporary brand of love and romance, offers a fresh vision for the timeless covenant and breathes new life into hope and the happily ever after. E. Walter Smith.
Well, good morning, distinguished faculty, esteemed guests, and most importantly, the incredible graduating class of Norm Therapy. As you continue to celebrate your accomplishments and have those birthdays, you'll begin to recognize the importance of giving people their flowers while they're alive. Well, I'm sure that many of you have met a lot of people that have known Michael Gibson from the days that he literally put his life on the line so that you and I can sleep peacefully at night. I know the Michael Gibson that had to come back to a world that knew very little about commitment, honor, dedication, self-reliance, and true friendship. Now, although we literally almost came to blows in the middle of a hotel lobby at the Jack the Rapper's convention here in Atlanta, I later realized that once again, God sure does take care of babies and fools. And when he whispered in my ear, you better leave that brother alone and make him your friend, that was without question one of the best decisions I ever made. Michael Gibson's passion and dedication to ensure your success is not something that's based on market trends or projections of profits or some kind of power trip. No, his presence in your life is based on a journey that started when he was a little boy in Chicago. And his unwavering commitment to take care of those that simply need protection and a little help to take care of themselves. Embrace whatever experience in your life that got you here, kind of like what Maya Angelou said. What you had has always been enough. Yes, you were enough. You had just enough, everything it took to now be celebrated by a man who literally put his life on the line over and over and over and over again for you and for me. What an honor it is today to be of service to Mr. Michael Gibson. Now, as you sit here this morning, bathed in the warmth glow of achievement, I can't help to be reminded of the melody that brought us all together. It's a melody not found in sheet music, but in the resilience of the human spirit. The unwavering rhythm in your hearts that simply refused to be silenced. Many of you have arrived at Norm Therapy with a song of despair playing on repeat over and over again. A song filled with the harsh notes of abuse, the jarring chords of trauma, and the suffocating silence of self-doubt. It's a melody I know all too well. As a singer-songwriter, I've dedicated a portion of my music to the fight of domestic violence and abuse, and my song Tenderness reflects the raw emotions of survivors seeking solace. Years ago, I went to a salsa party and got swept away by the hypnotic rhythms of the music and the eyes of a woman who's moved to the beat of my heart. Kind of felt like Mowgli when he went to the man village in the Jungle Book. Remember that movie? We danced and laughed and had a great time, exchanged numbers. And then a few days later, we went to Centennial Park for a music festival. Then after that, we went to dinner. It was a buffet. The food's laid out. You go pick whatever it is that you want, come back to the table, sit down. And I noticed a strange look in her eyes, on her face, and even tears in her eyes. So of course I asked, what's wrong? And she told me that she was sorry, but this relationship was not going to work out. Of course I said, well, why not? And she said, well, because I've been abused. and relationships never work out for me. And I said, whew, okay, good, not a problem. See, I don't abuse women, so you don't have to worry about that at all. That'll never be a part of your future. But was there something I did or said that, I don't know, made you feel like I was going to abuse you? Her response was, no, no, no. You've been amazing. Everything has been great. I just don't want to risk falling in love with you and messing everything up. I said, well, I can't see into the future, but I do know one thing, and I'll say it again. You never have to worry about me abusing you. So let's give this a try. Now, ultimately, the relationship didn't work out because she kept her heart guarded, and the nightmares of the past continued to cast the poorest of doubt over any magic that we tried to create. But here's the bigger part of the story. When discussing my relationship with some of my friends, both male and female, I realized how prevalent domestic violence and abuse was, even in my circles. That figure of 1 of 3 women and 1 of 7 men being abused every day can easily be realized like this. Pull out your phone. I'll wait. Go ahead. Pull out your phone. Pull out your phone and just scroll through your contacts. Just scroll through. 1 out of 3. 1 out of 7. Right there in your phone. It could be the person you sit next to in the choir, that person standing behind you at the grocery store, your CEO, your boss, the person you go skating with or go bowling with, your mom's best friend. Because I know that music heals and can bring attention to social conditions, I wrote Tenderness as my contribution to sound the horn while still allowing the lush strings and the grand piano to somehow bring about a feeling of hope and inspiration for a happy and joyful future. Oh, let me heal your bitterness with a little tenderness. Yes, I'm a singer songwriter and the managing director of a financial group. But this morning I sit before you not in those capacities, but one who deeply admires your strength and your resilience. You, the graduating class of Norm Therapy, are survivors. You've stared into the abyss of abuse and have chosen to climb out. That, my friends, is a melody worth celebrating. Remember the day you first found yourself on the Norm Therapies platform? Where were you emotionally? What burdens were you carrying? It wasn't easy. It never is. But you took that courageous first step. The motivational speaker Les Brown always says it's the first step. It's the first step that stops most people. But not you, not you. And that's a testament to your unwavering spirit that lies within each and every one. Think about it. We all come into this world with a song in our heart, a melody waiting to be played. But sometimes the instruments that we're given are broken. The sheet music is ripped, and the conductor wields a baton of control, fear, creates obstacles, shuts you down. Abuse silences the song, leaving you feeling like a discordant note in a beautiful symphony. Norm therapy, like a master musician, has helped you mend those instruments, piece together the music, and reclaim your conductor's baton. You've learned to recognize the toxic harmonies, the manipulative melodies, and the soul-crushing rhythms that once defined your existence. But more importantly, you've begun composing your own masterpiece, a song of resilience, self-love, and a future brimming with possibility. Now it's the power of your legacy. Just like a song can inspire generations, You have the power to create a legacy of healing and empowerment. Share your story, advocate for others, help rewrite the narrative of domestic violence and abuse. You are living proof that the melody of hope can be drawn out of the cacophony of abuse. As you embark on the next chapter, remember these core principles. They will serve as a few chords as your melody, as you begin to, as your melody, as you step out on the stage of life. Self-love. You are worthy of love, respect, and a life free from violence and abuse. This is the foundation on which you'll build your melody. Resilience. You're stronger than you know. The challenges you faced have only made your voice more powerful. Empowerment. You're not a victim. You are a survivor. Use your experience to empower yourself and others. Now, as Dr. Kimbrough said, graduation is not an ending. It's a beautiful beginning. The world out there might seem like a vast concert hall, filled with the uncertainty and echoes of your past. But remember, the power to choose your music lies within you. Embrace the power of forgiveness. Embrace the power of forgiveness. Dr. George Fraser reminds us that holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness is not about condoning the abuse. It's about releasing yourself from the shackles of resentment. It's about creating space in your heart for the beautiful music you deserve to play. Find your village. Norm Therapy is a wonderful village for you. Les Brown emphasizes the importance of a strong support system. Don't walk this path alone. Surround yourself, as you have, with people who believe in you, who uplift your spirit, and who celebrate your victories. Let them be your chorus, harmonizing with your song and amplifying your strength. Believe in the melody within. Myron Golden says the only person that can pull you down is yourself. There will be moments of doubt, whispers of the past trying to steal your voice. But remember the song that you've composed in therapy. Remember the strength that you've unearthed. Trust your inner musician. You have the power to create a symphony of success. Ah, yes, and then of course there's financial harmony. As the managing director of the EWS Financial Group, I can't help but add a financial note to this melody. Financial security empowers you to choose your path and to write your own story. Just like you wouldn't perform with broken instruments, don't navigate your life with an unstable financial foundation. Seek guidance, create a plan, and build your financial security. It'll be a beautiful harmony with your overall well-being. Yes, graduates, it's time to sing your song of triumph. You are the lead singer in your life's own opera. Yes, there will be high notes and there'll be low notes too. There'll be a lot of unexpected solos and powerful duets. But remember, the conductor's baton is in your hand. The world needs your melody. Sing your song of strength, resilience, and hope. Let it inspire others, uplift communities, and rewrite the narrative of domestic violence and abuse. You are survivors. You're warriors. You are the composers of your own magnificent symphonies. Go forth, graduates, and play your song to the world, waiting to hear. Remember that the melody of your life is waiting to be heard. Make it a masterpiece. Make it a beautiful masterpiece. Congratulations.
Thank you, E. Walter Smith, for joining us today. Please take a moment to unmute and show your appreciation via a round of applause.
Thank you so much. Best of luck to all of you.
We will now continue with the remainder of our schedule of events, which includes an overview and background of the program. We will hear from the creator of Norm Therapy and CEO of Norm Therapy, Inc., and CEO and founder of Arrow, Michael Gibson, who will be sharing a powerful message, and from the Norm Therapy manager, Kim Carpenter, as well as hearing from the Norm Therapy interviewees through their inspiring testimonies. Then, on to the best part, the celebration of those who have completed their NTIS training course. Before we end our time together, we will hear from other members of Norm Therapy, and we will also be giving anyone who's interested in learning more about our program an opportunity to stick around for some Q&A. But first, let's hear from Kim Carpenter, the manager of Norm Therapy, NTIS Level 7 Advanced, and one of our pioneers.
Thank you, Nicole. As a SHRM certified HR professional with over 25 years experience in human relations and in being a survivor of financial, sexual, childhood, narcissistic, psychological, bullying, workplace, religious, food, medical, and spousal abuses, I greatly understand the correlation of Arrow and Norm Therapy's mission to train a cadre of intake specialists who would be the vanguard within the abuse care community and serve as certified norm therapists for victims or survivors of abuse. We have a unique opportunity to work one-on-one with the victims or survivors of abuse when they are in need of someone specialized to call out their lies and to effectively help them discern their critical life circumstances at a time when they are struggling to find those deeper connections to their normal. Norm therapy is more personalized than traditional therapies, whereby the norm therapists are able to self-disclose to the victims and survivors our experiences, our life knowledge, and to further connect to what the victim or survivor has been through. Now, not all interviews will possess every element of this structure. However, the norm therapy platform gives the most comprehensive approach towards the victim and survivor in finding clarity, providing assessment, and arriving at the truth. A great deal of hard work, sacrifice, and experiential knowledge has gone into norm therapy. Michael Gibson, creator of Norm Therapy and CEO of Norm Therapy, Inc., and CEO and founder of Arrow, has spent nearly 3 decades developing this concept. He found himself in a myriad of situations around the world where people would consistently seek his wisdom or advice. Can you think of a friend who you always reach out to talk with? Michael Gibson was literally that friend on an exponential basis to many. What Michael Gibson believes is simple. Most people who suffer from abuse have somehow conditioned themselves to endure the abuse over time. We oftentimes give the example that if a man were to go home from work, greet his wife, and slap her face, and her reaction to having been slapped, even if she does nothing about it, will become normalized. And after a year or even a few months of arriving home, slapping his wife would then become normalized behavior and acceptance of that behavior. Perhaps then in the future, the wife would simply put her cheek out for her husband to slap, thinking that maybe he had forgotten that day. On this premise, norm therapy was born, that if somehow a victim or survivor is convinced through trauma, psychological or physical, and the victim and survivor has normalized the pain and destruction, Michael saw an opportunity to help people find clarity about their abuses. He firmly believes that people plot their own destinies through a series of decisions, and the more decisions you make, the better you will become at making those decisions. He also believes that people will only ever do to you what you allow them to do, or what they think they can get away with. The job of a norm therapist is first and foremost to find clarity in a victim or survivor's chronology of their pathology. We are not here to cure anyone. However, we are here to help the victim and survivor find the truth. Kelly Dean, the Global Executive Director and co-founder of Arrow, was actually the very first person to have successfully gone through norm therapy. She may not be perfect, but Kelly is a far cry from where she used to be, and she realizes that norm therapy probably saved her life. In many walks of life, a wide swath of our global population experiences abuse every single day, from one kind to another. Kelly experienced at least 18 different abuses, both chronic and acute, over the course of her life, including narcissism, sexual, physical, psychological, financial, child, self, cyberbullying, bullying, spousal, isolation, workplace, religious, medical, food, authority, educational, and political abuse. It was quite debilitating for her as she journeyed through her pain. The entire Arrow organization was envisioned and created based on Kelly's abuses endured, and this is only the beginning. Michael continues creating module topics to expand the 2.0 NTIS Basics Training Program further and developing it into an accredited course. Furthermore, he has written a series of papers, including What is Love? Argument versus Confrontation, Fear Tactics with Children, and the intricate distinctions between alter ego and a facade. Additionally, he has trademarked effective norm therapy techniques such as the Gibson effect, the accordion technique, the blame game, raking, and proximity predators. In the future, Arrow will be adding norm therapy training for alcohol, substance, institutional, veterans, police, educators, and prison abuses upon receiving certifications for the appropriate abuse care licensures.
Thank you, Kim. I would now like to turn the microphone over to the creator of Norm Therapy and CEO of Norm Therapy Inc. and CEO and co-founder of Arrow, Michael Gibson.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. Excuse me. I am Michael Gibson, creator of Norm Therapy and CEO of Norm Therapy Incorporated, as well as the CEO and founder of Arrow. For almost 3 decades, I've been on an unyielding journey along this path. I've interactively engaged with diverse individuals globally, fine-tuning an arsenal of tools, techniques, and protocols aimed at helping people heal themselves, not just treating them. It was my experiences, first in the military and then in civilian life, that led me to a pivotal realization. Humanity is bound by a shared tapestry of emotions. Our dreams, fears, triumphs, pain, hopes, and tribulations are universally felt, and that the underlying thread that links all abuse on the planet is fear. We all thirst for justice, yearn for hope, and ache in times of despair. We all possess the complex ability to love, hate, lie, and even tell the truth. These experiences, both positive and negative, are facets of a single prism: love. Norm therapy doesn't merely scratch the surface. It delves deep into the emotional complexities that makes us human. Our fears, aspirations, denial, anger, conditioning, and even acceptance, to help both victims and survivors find their own truths. Let me clarify something important. Confrontation is healthy. Argument is not. A confrontation is an uncomfortable but necessary quest for the truth involving us, we, and let's. Arguments, however, tend to cloud objectivity, focus solely on the individual gains involving me, I, and you. Something to remember. Our mission at Norm Therapy is straightforward, but profoundly transformative: to bring clarity, assessment, and truth into the lives we touch. These are also our core tenets. Our aim is not to impose a so-called norm on the victims and survivors, rather to help them find their own norm and to help individuals break free from debilitating life patterns of abuse, patterns that often lead to a downward spiral or self-destruction. This is not just therapy. It's a life-altering experience. The consistent feedback we receive about Norm Therapy across the board is that it profoundly improves lives, makes people stronger, fills in lifelong gaps of miswisdom, and helps people to find certainty within the discernment of the lies or the truths of others. And these are the highest accolades we can ever hope to achieve. As we celebrate the course recognition ceremony of our current cohort from the Norm Therapy Intake Specialist course, I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations. You are the backbone of this mission of ours, and I am deeply grateful for your dedication and hard work. Together, we are not just a team, but a family, united in a mission that extends far beyond these settings. Thank you all for being an indispensable and vital part of the Norm Therapy family. Once again, congratulations to our soon-to-be certified graduates here shortly. Your journey has just begun, and the lives you touch will be your lasting legacies. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. And now let's hear testimonies from our Norm Therapy interviewees who participated in the Norm Therapy Intake Specialist Cohort Training Program. A Norm Therapy interviewee, affectionately known as an NTI, is considered a patient who is fulfilling a temporary role during the training program assigned to interview with a specific NTIS candidate for the 5 interview sessions, each being 30 to 45 minutes. First, we have Claire Rupert presenting her testimonial.
Hi, everyone. First of all, just congrats. It is so nice to see all of you. Although it was unexpected, I am so glad that I got the chance to participate as an NTI. Through those sessions, I was able to properly confront my past and start processing the emotions that I had pushed deep down without realizing it. It was frustrating at first to learn that I haven't fully recovered, but I was reminded that growth is not always a linear process, and it takes continuous effort to improve. Since my last session as an NTI, I have been slowly getting back into journaling so I can continue to heal and grow from my past experiences. I know I still have a long way to go, but things seem a lot more clear now and easier to handle.
Thank you, Claire. Next, we have Vaishnavi Sinha presenting her testimonial.
My journey through norm therapy has transitioned me from an indecisiveness to a more distant-oriented mindset. Previously, I would often find myself confused by my emotions and reactions to external stimuli, but now my perception towards my emotions has improved. I understand them better and can respond to them more effectively. As a result, my interpersonal relationship has shown significant growth, both in my personal and professional life. I attribute this progress to my dedication towards learning norm therapy under the guidance of the leaders and Michael Gibson, the creator of norm therapy. Thank you. I feel blessed to be a part of such a great process.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. Next, we have a video testimonial from Paula Moreno.
Hello, my name is Paula Alvarado and I participate as a norm therapy interview during the December 23 cohort. For a long time, I was searching for therapy that could help me discern my problems. As a result, I have been utilizing traditional therapy. I felt like traditional therapy was helping me, but something was missing. So I was excited when the opportunity presented itself to participate as a norm therapy interviewee. I found norm therapy fascinating and a complete experience. I was able to connect with myself on a much deeper level and understand where my pain was coming from, the impactful events of my life, and how it has been affecting me today. Juan did a phenomenal job during our sessions, asking me questions to help me get to the truth of the circumstances. One of the memories I have from my session is when I was talking with Michael, and he shared something that could help me. Once I began to apply it to my life, I saw immediate results. Norm therapy has helped me to heal in ways traditional therapy never tapped into. I recommend each of the NTIS candidates as a proof this training works. And the questions they ask unravel different components of the life that you might have never considered. I highly recommend norm therapy to anyone who has experienced something difficult in their life that may holding them back today, especially as it relates to abuse. Norm therapy is quite different from traditional therapy, and I'm still amazed by how much I learned in only 5 sessions. Thank you for this opportunity to participate as a norm therapy interviewee.
Thank you, Paula. Next, we have Rosemary Grant presenting her testimonial.
Good morning, everyone. At first, I was hesitant to participate as an NTI, but I decided that to make the most of this program, I should know what it is like on the other side in participating as a norm therapist interviewee. It takes bravery, acceptance, and a lot of hard truths to step forward, challenge your normal, and ask another person to help you sort through your woes. I found it encouraging to see other team members participate as NTIs and the impact that it had on their lives. During my sessions, I learned about emotions that had been dormant in me. I found new fears and rekindled the fire for old passions. I found my sessions with my NTIS to be very direct and eye-opening. After completing my sessions, I told all my friends and family to try it out for themselves. It's a great opportunity for self-exploration and development unique to the Norm Therapy program. You dig deep into your past and who you are to determine your next steps to gain clarity and completeness. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary. Next, we have a video testimonial from Hannah Jagiri.
Hello, my name is Anna Jagiri and I was assigned to Bobby as an NTI candidate. My time with Bobby was nothing short of exceptional. She was empathetic and she gave me new perspective to my issues. During one of our sessions, we spoke at length and she made me realize that I am in charge of I hold the keys to my life and I am ultimately in charge of my life. Hearing that gave me a sense of satisfaction and I will forever be grateful for that. I would love to thank Arrow and Norm Therapy for this beautiful work that they are doing, and I say kudos to the team.
Thank you to each of our NTIs, Claire, Vaishnavi, Paula, Rosemary, and Hannah for being an integral part of the Norm Therapy training program. And now it's time for the main event. Here are the class of December 2023 NTIS qualifiers in recognition of their completion of the NTIS training program. If you would kindly stay muted until the end of the presented announcements for applause, it would be greatly appreciated. Our first NTIS qualifier is Bobby Dupree. Bobby, please share a few words as a Norm Therapy Intake Specialist candidate.
Norm therapy forever changed me and my perspective, along with the ability to change the direction and course of my life. It was challenging from start to finish. As I moved between two different states, I was merely existing and trying to save myself or my husband, and it was all spiraling out of control. To talk to me, you wouldn't know it, and to see me, I didn't show it. So when I applied to become an NTIS candidate, I was confident I could do it. My career entailed conducting assessments, counseling, and case management. Having stumbled upon this opportunity, I will forever hold this experience near and dear to my heart. I wish I could tell you that love magically got better from the start, but that's the furthest thing from the truth. I met the most amazing peers, phenomenal instructors, and amazing leadership team, which I aspire to be like. I will leave you with these thoughts. Imagine a girl lost with her wrists bound, mouth taped, a dirty gauze over her eyes. She can see through the tattered veil, but things look very cloudy, and not only is her mouth covered, she doesn't have a voice either. Fast forward 5 years. One of her arms are free, but the things she has been taught thus far in life are less than humane. Stealing, selling, using drugs, and holding men's hands that she still can't see. She's now been catapulted from the doldrums of hell to that of a parent, with her judgment and relationship skills murky and disjointed at best. Fast forward another 5 years. Both hands are unbound but still holding on to the steel bars, often with handcuffs around her wrists. That filthy veil still clouds vision, hope, and future. Most gloom and despair come from the many as well as the few who laid their filthy hands upon her over a lifetime, all the while spinning her as if she was the ballerina whom she once dreamed of becoming. Around and around she went, passing different doors and walking to different floors, tripping and falling until she couldn't get up. Dizzy and spent, she ventures through different doors, scurrying on various floors, losing balance and falling until she could no longer right herself. Facing another 5 years, the tape has been torn away, but her mouth is filthy, cunning, baffling, and powerful, like a drug without a name. Down comes the cloth, but when she sees her life, she's full of shame. She's finally free, but only to be what she's ingrained in her brain. The bars and chains still have a hold on her mind. She begins to see things differently. She doesn't want this deck she's been dealt, and she searches for any person, place, or way out. Fast forward 5 years. Spirited and loving life as she knows it, she's stuck with 6 kids living near and far away, and different fathers introduced to her by her own father. In and out of the dark, institution blocks and traps. Although she's making choices, they include taking the rap. Shunned by the crowds she kept, but also fearing being alone, abandoned, scared, and in mourning. This little girl drops to the ground looking for a power to help her out. So many had gone before her, and most of them laid to rest. This little girl is lost, looking for love and to muster up the strength to put her skills to the test. Fast forward 5 years to Norm Therapy, session 43. Michael Gibson has spent countless hours to help set this woman free, as she was taught several techniques and strategies. Off came the blinding gauze and finally laid to rest. Finally, she has a set of clear eyes to see the true gift of being free. Nothing is perfect within, but her perspectives on life have changed. The imperfections she once wore with shame, she now wears with grace. Not to mention the smile on her face. She's grounded in compassion, a respecter of every life. If her work only touches one soul, and she can help them see that glimmer of a better life, her job on earth is done. Restored relationships with her children, her marriage making progress, but only time will tell the outcome. She is working and going to school again, beginning to dream. Although she is not a ballet dancer, she is a woman with a voice who dances through solutions. No matter the situation, RO and Norm Therapy has given her the tools to take her life back. Forever grateful, forever family.
Thank you, Bobby. Our next NTIS qualifier is Karanda Chanel Mimi. Karanda, please share a few words as a Norm Therapy intake specialist candidate.
Good morning, everyone. My overall experience since I joined Norm Therapy has been amazing, as well as my probationary period. I like that it challenges me through different activities. I learned something new every day that had me saying, wow. The best part is what I thought I believed to be true was correct. For example, love, or everything is not 50-50, was explained by Michael Gibson in a way that really resonated me. My perspective that helped me overall well-being are that I pay closer attention to people in a way I never had before. I've always been an observer, but throughout this training, I learned to have learned to have a keen eye and an ear for others. I want to thank my parents and friends who have always been my supporters of me. I want to thank Kelly Dean for making sure I joined the team. And a big thank you to Michael Gibson, Kim Carpenter, and Nicole Leonard for having confidence in me that I can do this. Thanks.
Thank you, Karanda. Our next NTIS qualifier is Lopamudra Das via video testimonial.
Hello everyone. First, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my experience with the NTIS candidate training. Thank you to the creator of non-therapy and founder of Arrow, Michael Gibson, Kelly Dane, co-founder of Arrow, non-therapy department manager, Kim Carpenter, who has helped me throughout the training, my mentor, Vaishnavi Sinha, who was instrumental throughout the course. Thank you to all the mentors and the colleagues in the norm therapy training. Norm therapy varies from traditional therapy in so many different ways, and I feel grateful to have discovered how we help people throughout the three tenets of norm therapy: clarity, assessment, and truth. The NTIS candidate training was fascinating throughout the 12 modules as I learned something new in every module. New approaches to managing life and gaining confidence in how I communicate with others. From my experience, norm therapy is a game changer. This is the missing link in our society. For victims and survivors, they have restored hope to regain their lives. Thank you to Michael, to all who have supported me through this process, and congratulations to my peers. Thank you.
Thank you, Lopamutra. Our next NTIS qualifier is Nirmala Bhatta Patak. Nirmala, please share a few words as a norm therapy intake specialist candidate.
Hello, everyone. It is with great pleasure and sincere gratitude that I stand before you today to share my acceptance and testimonial for the incredible journey I have experienced throughout the NTIS candidate training. When I first embarked on this path, I had little idea of the profound impact it would have on my life. From the moment I began the training, I was greeted not just by a knowledgeable non-therapist, but by a community of individuals dedicated to helping abused and helpless victims for their personal growth and transformation. The atmosphere was one of warmth, acceptance, and encouragement, creating a space where vulnerability was embraced and where each person, their emotions, and circumstances were valued. Throughout the training sessions, I was consistently amazed by the depth of insight provided by the norm therapy approach. It wasn't just about learning techniques or strategies. It was about delving into core of those techniques and implementing them in the real world with real victims to help them identify their truth. Through introspection and guidance, I gained a deeper understanding of myself and how I interact in the world around me. The non-therapy sessions helped with my personal growth, confidence level, clarity of self, and real life scenarios. Non-therapy sessions answered many of my questions in understanding the various abuse types, why people lie, how those lies can be detected, and how to identify and be prepared to avoid being victimized. Perhaps the most powerful aspect of norm therapy was its emphasis on practical application. Each session of role play, followed by real interaction with victims and survivors, was a real world exercise that allowed us to put our newfound knowledge into practice. Whether it was managing stress and anxiety or navigating difficult conversation with grace and empathy, the skills I acquired have been invaluable in both my personal and professional life. During the sessions, the aha moment I experienced was when I realized the power of perseverance and the transformative potential of embarrassing fear and discomfort as an opportunity for growth. During my probationary period, watching the non-therapy live streams with Michael Gibson was a testament to growth and discovery. All the challenges I have encountered during training sessions and the probationary period pushed me beyond my comfort zone, but with each hurdle, I found within myself a reservoir of resilience and determination. I'm grateful to the creator of norm therapy, Michael Gibson, all the instructors, and my mentor, Dylan, for their guidance and support throughout the course. Their wisdom, encouragement, and feedback have been instrumental in shaping my understanding and refining my skills. To them, I extend my deepest appreciation for believing in me and helping me navigate this transformative journey. To my fellow peers who have embarked on this journey alongside me, I extend my heartfelt congratulations and best wishes. Your dedication and passion have inspired me, and I am honored to be part of such a compassionate community. Thank you.
Thank you, Nirmala. Our next NTIS qualifier is Rosemary K. Grant. Rosemary, please share a few words as a norm therapy intake specialist candidate.
Hello. When I joined Arrow, I was looking for a volunteer opportunity that allowed me to advocate for the abuse community and help others feel less alone. We often embark on journeys in our lives with only optimism on the horizon. not expecting to encounter pain that may strip us away from who we once were at our core. Many people who suffer from abuse lose their way. And as a survivor myself, I wanted to offer support to anyone feeling hopeless like I once had. Most importantly, I wanted to give back to a community like the one that had once saved my life many years ago. At the start of my NTIS training, getting help for myself was in the back of my mind because I had already been through enough therapy and groups that I thought I had healed. Early on, Michael, Kelly, and Kim shared that this program would be transformative. In learning skills to help others in crisis, you learn about your own obstacles along the way. We learned about our weaknesses, strengths, and part of ourselves that we never knew existed during our training in the Pathfinders cohort. The NTIS training is like rehabilitation for your mind, body, and spirit. You are provided with a community of peers and mentors who truly want to support you, whether it is in training, at the end of the day with assignments, or even on an off day when you are struggling. When you sign up for this program, you are signing up to be a part of the Norm Therapy and Arrow family. I would now like to take time to congratulate the members of my cohort. I was lucky enough to watch you grow and achieve so much. I'm so thankful to have had the opportunity to meet you all and experience the wonderful and compassionate people you are. I'm excited to see what the future holds for all of you. I want to thank my mentor, Malika, for meeting with me throughout my training to answer my questions, give me advice, and be present with me whenever I was in need. I want to thank all of management and our founders. Kim has been an integral part of this program, from her calming presence in one-on-one group settings. I also would like to thank Kelly, who was very impactful in our training, in the life of our team meetings with the biggest smiles. There's so much insight to be gained from both her and Kim with their experiences as norm therapists. Lastly, I want to thank Michael Gibson for making this all possible. With the development and implementation of norm therapy, we are truly seeing techniques being used that will shake the mental health and abuse community. So much is done on Michael's end to ensure that NTIS participants get a rich experience through meaningful and effective material. I'm grateful to have met him and the rest of his team, as they have changed how abuse care is delivered in the United States and internationally. My training as a norm therapy intake specialist candidate ends here, but my journey as a norm therapist and an advocate for the abuse community is just beginning. I have learned that healing is a lifelong journey, not one to be feared or burdened by, but one that will forever open your inner self to growth. It may be bittersweet with the remnants of pain that still linger in the mind, but it is a reminder that so much good can come from what was once pain. My pain did not break me or make me, but it did shake me. What I had to realize is my pain does not have to define me, nor does anyone else's. We must learn to look beneath the layers of pain to uncover our purpose. And in doing so, I return to my true core, which I aspire to help others do. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary. Our next NTIS qualifier is Juan A. Colazo Andujar. Juan was selected to be awarded Best Interviewer of his cohort. A Best Interviewer is an NTIS candidate who is someone who embodies being exemplary in performance, planning, and applying norm therapy interviewing techniques effectively, including contemporary note-taking, maintaining assertive control of the sessions at all times, effectively communicating, functioning well under pressure, and displaying both empathy and apathy in such a way that is impactful for the interviewee to identify their abusive circumstances and to chronicle their pathology. Best Interviewer is voted on by qualified and certified norm therapy personnel, including norm therapy management. Juan was a natural and came across as being a seasoned norm therapist with his NTI during the practical application role-play sessions. He made her feel comfortable by speaking her native language so she could better express herself. He was able to help her find clarity in her circumstances, to assess what happened to her and the impact it had on her today, and in getting to the truth of what she has been telling herself. He was serious yet approachable, empathetic and apathetic at the appropriate time. Juan displayed sound decision-making in the questions he posed to the NTI and effectively applied feedback he was given. Juan is genuine and seems to effortlessly balance when to listen and when to ask questions. Congratulations, Juan. Would you like to share about your experience as a norm therapy intake specialist candidate?
Thank you, thank you. My experience with drug therapy thus far has been positive. During the cohort, I was able to expand my understanding of myself and gain a greater comprehension of how best to serve people of victims of abuse. Throughout the probational period, I have had the privilege of observing how drug therapists apply the techniques taught in the cohort to aid victims and survivors. As a result, my perspective towards victims and survivors of abuse has been transformed. I would like to express my profound gratitude to my peers for their unwavering support, mentorship, and guidance. Without their assistance, it would have been impossible to achieve success during our cohort. I would also like to extend my sincere congratulations to my fellow graduates for their remarkable accomplishments. We all work diligently to earn our certification. Once again, thank you. Thank you to everybody. And again, Arrow is has been an invaluable experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Juan. Our final NTIS qualifier will be presented by the September 2023 honor graduate, Dylan Texan, NTIS Level 3 certified.
Thank you, Nicole. For the December 2023 cohort of Norm Therapy, intake specialist qualifier Sydney J. Fox has been recognized as honor graduate. An honor graduate is an NTIS candidate who embodies being exemplary in performance, capturing the information instructed, possessing the acumen to quickly discern areas indicative of the abuse care community during the course, and applying what they have learned. The most important areas are honor, integrity, and foresight of their own inclusion within the industry/mindset. Honor graduate is voted on by qualified and certified norm therapy personnel, including norm therapy management. Sydney was the essence of an ideal student, willing to grow and apply her newfound knowledge and skills to every aspect of her life while leading others to embody those qualities as well. She completed assignments timely, shared her experiences openly, asked questions that helped herself and others learn, and was diligent, disciplined, and an effective communicator. She applied role-play feedback to enhance her techniques in the NTI sessions. She is organized, efficient, and a great learner. She transcribed notes during the live stream sessions, attended every norm therapy department meeting, and actively participated during the NTIS training. She is a critical thinker and looks beyond what lies on the surface, which made her an effective interviewer during the NTI practical application role-play sessions. She continually portrayed the qualities and skills of an honored graduate. Congratulations, Sydney. Would you like to share about your experience as a norm therapy intake specialist candidate?
Thank you, Dylan. Good morning, afternoon, and evening to everyone. I came into the norm therapy program looking to learn more about norm therapy to better serve in my volunteer role in the social media department. Little did I know I would learn not only about norm therapy, but about myself. The months I spent in this program taught me that I am stronger than I think, that who I truly see myself as is just below the surface, and to never count yourself out just because you may not have the same background as your classmates. Starting the program, I was intimidated. As a stay-at-home parent, I was surrounded by those aspiring to be psychologists and doctors. I remember the first night thinking, what have I gotten myself into now? I was sure that I wouldn't stack up in comparison and that they would call me out as an imposter. Throughout the norm therapy training, I learned that I wasn't an imposter, but a valued member of the team who was welcome to bring my thoughts and insights to the conversation. The NTIS program taught me that I have excellent rapport building skills, and that my experiential knowledge is worth its weight in gold. I will continue to grow in all areas of my life because of the knowledge I gained from the norm therapy training program. I am forever grateful to be a part of an amazing group of individuals, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for norm therapy. Thank you.
Thank you, Sydney. And now the Norm Therapy Manager, Kim Carpenter, will administer the Abusa Kura Oath to the newly appointed Level 3 NTIS Certifiers.
Thank you, Nicole. Sydney, Juan, Bobby, Karonda, Nirmala, and Rosemary, please unmute and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name, solemnly swear that I will, first and foremost, do no harm.
I, Sydney Jade Fox, solemnly swear that I will, first and foremost, do no harm.
I will consistently maintain a safe and productive environment.
I will consistently maintain a safe and productive environment.
I will always attempt to establish the highest level of well-being for victims and survivors.
I will make a tremendous effort to consistently maintain an atmosphere of highest level of well-being for victims and survivors.
It's all right. I will make a tremendous effort to consistently maintain an atmosphere of clarity, assessment, and truth while treating patients.
I will make a tremendous effort to consistently maintain an atmosphere of clarity, assessment, and truth while treating patients.
I will always project a professional demeanor and an approachable persona.
I will always project a professional demeanor and an approachable persona.
I will never knowingly deceive anyone within or in association with our profession.
I will never knowingly deceive anyone within or in association with our profession.
I will make every attempt to broaden my knowledge base as it relates to abuse continually.
I will make every attempt to broaden my knowledge base as it relates to the abuse continually.
I will always conduct myself with the highest integrity, honor, and forthrightness, so help me God.
I will always conduct myself with the highest integrity, honor, and forthrightness, so help me God.
Congratulations, you are now Norm Therapists.
About a heartfelt applause to each of the December 23 NTIS qualifiers for their course certification and recognition this April 2024. Please unmute and show your support.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank you. Please resume to mute. We will now hear from one of our more experienced norm therapy intake specialists who completed the NTIS training program in the 2023 Pathfinder cohorts. She has been an integral part of the continued path and development of the future of norm therapy and the NTIS training program. We have Messi Wabuela, NTIS Level 3 certified, sharing her experience via a video testimonial.
Good day, my name is Messi Wabuela. Since I joined AERO, my life's perspective has changed in so many positive ways. As a non-therapist intake specialist, I have improved my communication and, most importantly, learned to respond instead of react. I experienced many aha moments, including watching live norm therapy sessions on YouTube with Bobby and Montez. The positive improvement in their relationship was breathtaking and wonderful to witness. As a mentor, I was overjoyed to see my mentee's progress during the course. This period allowed me to assimilate concepts I had not applied during training. While being in overwatch of some role plays, I learned a great deal and found this to be a wonderful experience. I'm happy to see everyone graduating today on this special day, and I would like to congratulate you all on reaching this milestone. Wishing you all the best in your careers as non-therapist specialist. Now, I turn the mic over to Smita Bupatiraju, non-therapy intake specialist level 3 certified. Smitha, please share your non-therapy experience.
Smita is unable to join us today due to losing her voice, but we wish her a speedy recovery. And an immense thank you to Michael Gibson, who made all of this possible. Paula Alvarado Moreno and Kelly Dean for designing today's presentation, Kelly Dean for designing the Zoom wallpaper backdrops and assisting in a variety of aspects, and an enormous thank you to Kim Carpenter, our Norm Therapy Manager, for doing precisely what she does best. She managed this entire operation, and to our keynote speaker, E. Walter Smith, for bringing his words of wisdom to our certification ceremony. To our pioneers for your continued passion for the success of norm therapy and the vision of where we can go in the future, along with all the preparations in making this event possible. Thank you to our norm therapy intake specialists and norm therapists for your dedication and commitment to the mission of Arrow. Thank you to all norm therapy interviewees for your participation in our 13th and 14th cohorts. We couldn't have done it all without you. Thank you to our years 2021, 2022, and 2023 graduates who served in multiple norm therapy capacities, including mentoring the December 2023 candidates. Thank you to our guests who are in attendance, as we hope that you've enjoyed this ceremony. And I want to share with everyone what a privilege and honor it was for me to have hosted this NTIS certification ceremony for the first time. If you're interested in learning more about norm therapy or abuse refuge org, please check out our website, normtherapy.com and goarrow.org, and encourage volunteers, victims or survivors, professional clinicians, doctors, therapists, and social workers to do the same. Most importantly, don't forget to make a donation by clicking the donate button at the top of the main page of the website or through our GoFundMe account. This concludes the official recognition ceremony.